Jeff, a lot of receiver news today. What's going on in Kansas City?
Well, a lot of receiver news. The most important one right now, Rashee Rice has accepted a suspension of 6 games to start the season. It will begin in week 1. This a result of a personal conduct violation stemming from 2 felony counts that he ended up being sentenced for 30 days of jail. He'll eventually serve that sentence, but for now, a 6-game suspension for Rashee Rice. Chris Godwin, some good news for the Bucs. He did pass his physical. He has been removed from the physically unable to perform list. Him, by the way, and Tristan Wirfs, making them eligible to return to practice, potentially play in week 1 against the Falcons. The team is optimistic at this point. We'll see if Godwin can get back on the field for that week 1 game. And more wide receiver news. The banged-up 49ers wide receivers group getting a little bit of help in Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He was cut a day earlier by the Seattle Seahawks, so now MVS landing with the 49ers, a team, by the way, that only has 2 healthy wide receivers in Ricky Pearsall and Sky Moore. So MVS has the chance to step in right away and make an impact for his new team. Now let's get away from those wide receivers. We can talk about some defense for once. Kyle Hamilton agreeing to a monster extension. He'll get $100.4 million over 4 years. The Ravens making the decision to do this ahead of his 4th season. So they are getting ahead of this one. They know they love Hamilton. They don't want to wait around. They're getting this deal done. We know that Eric DeCosta has a lot of deals to do in Baltimore, this being the first domino to fall among those transactions.
Yeah, Ravens GM Eric DeCosta had a busy offseason making sure Baltimore took care of its own. Beyond Hamilton, Derrick Henry, Ronnie Stanley, Rashad Bateman all got raises. And now you got Lamar Jackson and Tyler Linderbaum, current candidates for new deals. DeCosta spoke today on the team's philosophy on keeping their championship window open.
I hate that idea of just a closed window. Being a GM on a closed window team gives me anxiety, and I don't want to be that GM. We're probably going to have to kind of recalibrate and say we got to nail these draft picks. And we need these younger players to really be good because we can't sign every single guy back. It is a challenge, and it does, keep me awake at night. I feel really, really good about this team, but I want to feel as good about the 2027 team and the 2030 team as I feel about this team.
Jeff, every GM says it. Not many can do it at DeCosta's level. He's been with this franchise since 1996. How has he been able to keep this Super Bowl window ajar?
Well, smart decisions in addition to those long-term extensions of keeping guys around. We saw it with Derrick Henry. They needed some way to add some offensive firepower last year, so they went out and did that. That's not necessarily DeCosta's recipe for success. He does, as he mentioned, believe in keeping the talent that he drafts, but he's also willing to plug and play with different stars. And he did that last year, and seemingly, by the way, I know we talk about the Ravens not being able to get over the hump of the Super Bowl, but from a roster construction standpoint, it does at the very least feel like this is a championship caliber roster year in and year out. Now DeCosta hoping that eventually they can get over that hump.
Draft and develop, it's what they do in Baltimore. 61% of Ravens players from the 2024 season were drafted by Baltimore. That's the highest percentage in the NFL. Next on NFL Live, it didn't quite go as planned for C.J. Stroud and the Texans last season heading into year 3. Are there enough pieces around Stroud to bounce back? Lewis is not concerned. Hear why.
To the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction. And get 2 unlimited lines for just $30 each with easy monthly billing. For a limited time, new customers get
like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Babe, who missed that?
I don't know. But he is right about the Pepsi and hot dogs.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm losing sight of the world around me. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments. So I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently.
It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your retina specialist right